the need to reinvent the image of the police institution for effective implementation of the Police Act 2020 through the institution's PROs have again been brought to public fora. Commissioner of Police Emmanuel Ojukwu, retired, and a pioneer provost, Nigeria Police School of Public Relations, made this assertion in Abuja during a two-day workshop organized for all police public relations officers from the 17 zonal commands, the 36 state commands, the Federal Capital Territory (FCT), and staff officers of the Force Public Relations Department. Mr. Ojukwu said the training is in line with the impassioned quest of the Inspector General of Police, IGP Olukayode Egbetokun, for reinventing the image of the force and repositioning the police spokesperson for optimal performance as critical stakeholders, particularly in the implementation of the 2020 Police Act and regulations. While expressing worry over how the police have for many decades perceived themselves before members of the public, called for a paradigm shift as he urged officers of the Nigeria Police Force not to see themselves as people that need public sympathy.
But for me, it is 90% deceptive. You talk about deception. Because how you see me depends on your experiences, what somebody told you about, and then how I see myself will influence how you see yourself. I was in Lagos some time ago. We were going for a conference. I was saw some policemen wearing slippers. The PRO stopped by and arrested them. I said, why? He said, why should policemen wear slippers? I told him they don't have shoes. The PRO told me, there's no worker in Ministry of Works that wears slippers. So why should a policeman wear slippers? I said, boy, I have my thumbs up. Because if you see yourself as poor, you remember poor and you act poor, and people see you as poor and beggarly. That's part of it about police. So how does police see itself?
The two-day consultative learning workshop for police public relations officers, organized by International Alert in conjunction with the United Kingdom Conflict and Security Fund, is holding at the National Institute of Police Studies, ABUJA. During an interactive session, facilitators had sought to know the impact of social media space in engaging members of the public.
So you said that 54,000 people are following you and you are a policeman, and people are perceiving that they don't like policemen. So why are they following you?
In her response, an assistant superintendent of police, John Timfon, explains that her use of the social media space had been very effective as she uses her online presence to counter negative narratives of the police by the youth.
And most of my videos, I try as much as possible. Anytime I make a video or a post, I would definitely put it there, police is your friend. And they are always telling me, it's you that is my friend and not police. So, and within me, most of the times, people are like, you have the energy to most times I sit down and I reply all those comments. I will have like 1,000 comments on my post. I will reply all of them. So, and I will be like, those ones that are saying police is not your friend. That's you are my friend, but police is not my friend. I said that you cannot say you are my friend when you don't like police. So for you to be my friend, you need to love what I do. You need to love my job. So basically it has been working for me. I mean, social media.
She further stated that it was just natural to get bullied by some individuals who do not like the police, but such should not discourage officers from positively engaging online users in changing the narratives about the police.
I don't know. I feel the way the social media, the social space is, even if you portray police the positive way, you will still have some banters.
Responding to the issue raised, Mr. Emmanuel Ojukwu, a retired commissioner of police who also facilitated the workshop, urged PROs not only to use the social media to engage the public on the activities of the police, but to also leverage on it to make extra money for themselves, as there were inherent benefit monetarily on the use of social media.
Sit down. The social media policy talks about you talking to the media or the public in uniform. It didn't say you cannot do anything privately. You have intellectual property rights because the content of whatever media you're using is your personal property. You can market your property and get the money. No law in this world can stop you about intellectual property. If you publish hard books like this, the first time I wrote this book, I got 10 million naira open. Like it. The first time I was in the 10 million, and I was in the uniform. Nobody can question me because I'm selling my brain. My brain was not bought by the police.
YDSP Alfred Alabo, PRO Plateau State, used the occasion to seek clearer understanding on the use of social media for PROs, especially in states where residents are having challenges on how to engage the police on the media space.
Yes, I would like to ask if you assist us on engaging, or how can I engage other tools so that more people from most of these platforms, like before, our people on the plateau used to be very active. I don't just know, but from my analysis, I discovered that everybody is having a WhatsApp group. I think maybe because of the way the state is, some people want some level of privacy. So I belong to more than 100 WhatsApp groups. That is how I know that they use WhatsApp groups on the plateau very well. But I want to be more prominent in places like TikTok, where we have more young people, and maybe on Facebook, because a lot of us do Facebook. So maybe on your practical, you show us how to do that. Thank you.
Thank you.
Meanwhile, the head of Complaints Response Unit, CSP Mustafa Sani, called for caution among the PROs on their activities in the use of social media, considering the fact that there is a serious restriction on the use of media by the social media policy of the Nigeria Police Force.
Social media policy. A lot of police officers were punished because of these social media policies. So a lot of police officers are apprehensive to go into these social media policies. Kiawa is doing well because he's the PRO of his command and he sells his command through that. I've been following him and I know what they've been doing in Kano State.
Shortly after the workshop, some police PROs bear their minds on the benefits of the training and how they intend to use the knowledge gained therein to better policy in their various commands and formations across the country.
Coming here is to diagnose Police Act 2020, have more knowledge about it. The facilitators have been training us to have more awareness what the Police Act is all about, to go into an in-depth study about the Police Act. Towards, when you have the knowledge, you know how to create awareness about certain laws for members of the public. If you don't have the knowledge of the law adequately, then what are you going to tell members of the public, the audience? So it's about diagnosing the law, as I said earlier on, and creating more awareness for members of the public towards supporting police activities, towards getting members of the public to understand what we do, why we are doing this, and for the purpose for them to appreciate public safety and other things.
Well, it's training. The PR department is all about training and training all the time. We do go for trainings, and this is training on Police Act 2020, and there are some sections in the Police Act that deals with our day-to-day activities, and there are some certain activities of the police that are in this act that we need to know to enhance our proactiveness in all our discharging our duties as police officers and also as PROs.
To start with, we need to tell the public what we are doing here, and what we are doing here exactly is for us to go into the amended Police Act 2020 to know how useful it is to the police officers and even the members of the public. With this training, we'll be able to know what is entailed to police Nigeria. We're able to tell about our acts, conduct, responsibility to the citizens. We'll be able to tell about our do's and don'ts in the force as member of Nigerian Police Force. I want to tell you that this training is one of its kind, that police officers, police public relation officers will be educated, enlightened, will be equipped to know how to educate other people in various commands they came from.
Well, it's on the need to better understand the Police Act as amended. Many people are not aware of the new Police Act. Many people still operate with the old Police Act. So this is just to to bring to our knowledge the amended Police Act and the important additions that have been made to the Act so that it can improve our professionalism and also improve our service delivery. So it's my hope that at the end of this program, Lagosians in general will experience better policy.
It's all about communication, like equipping us with communication tools and ideas. I know as police public relations officer, our duty is to make sure there is more like a seamless communication, effective communication between the police and then the people whom we are policing.
Okay, you know, there's what we call the act of learning, relearning, and unlearning. And I believe that's what we are here to do. The Police Act 2020 as amended. It is discovered that most police officers of today might not really know much about this revised act of the Police Act and Regulation. We may assume that we know it, but in reality, some of them might not have seen it. And we were at the focal point between the police and the public. So when we are brought here and relearn, check properly this Police Act and Regulation, we'll be able to cascade it downwards to our people. And also inform members of the public too that the Police Act and Regulation is not just a document for police alone. It's a public document. And some of their rights is stipulated inside. Like when police are supposed to arrest with warrant, without warrant, when the police are supposed to use handcuff. If you know that if you are not violent and your offense is not a very serious one and the police want to handcuff you, you can always let them know, but sir, I am not violent, I'm not trying to resist arrest. So if they know this from these documents, it's going to help our job to be very, very easy because they say knowledge is key.
The training today is all about taking and giving back to the society, to know the rudiments of the police force, what you're supposed to do as a public relation officer of a state, and how you go about your day-to-day activities. Basically, Cross River State Police Command is a very calm state. You hardly hear us because the state is calm. Although we have petty crimes ongoing, but not too serious cases. What is rampant there is rape. So we are dealing with it. We're able to sensitize people. Raping a minor is an offense. When you do it, you go to jail. Other vices like kidnapping, we've been having issue recently, but we've been able to tackle it. The recent Commissioner of Police Cross River State, CP Austin Greenman, PSC, is doing a lot with his management team. We've been able to come together, the tactical teams, the DPOs and the area commanders. We are doing a lot. We are talking to our men on daily basis on how to be civil to the member of the public.
Yeah, the training basically is about communication tools and creation of awareness on the Police Act 2020. Like seriously, I feel so blessed attending this program. As I said earlier about the theme of the program, creating awareness on this Police Act 2020 as amended. You know, sometimes we get so busy at work that we do not even have time to go through, read some kind of books and articles and what have you. But during this program, my awareness have been heightened. During this program, I get to know some things about 2020 Police Act. Those things ordinary before now, I hadn't no time or little time to look inward and deeply. So there was analysis, the groups, people were shared into different groups to analyze the different parts of the acts, all it was all about. And in short, the knowledge I've acquired here is so massive, and I'm so glad that I attended this program.
The training is all about, like you rightly said, the training is all about enlightening police public relations officers on the proper usage of the Police Act 2020 as amended, and should be abreast with all it contains in the Police Act 2020, so that we can go out there and enlighten men of our command and even the senior officers who are not aware of the 2020 Act of the Police Act, which has been amended, and also to brainstorm among police public relations officers to have also the medium to speak with news agencies like you and other men of the press, so that we brainstorm and talk, so that we know how to work in synergy moving forward to propel the name of the Nigerian police in good light and represent the name of the Nigerian police in good light.
The training is about upgrading and retraining with public relation officers for the police. Though this is not the first, we have been having series of it, courtesy of the present First PPRO, ACP Muyiwa Adejobi. The one we had in New York was awesome, and now here. And between yesterday and today, we've really learned a lot, the kind of tools that we need for this job. And we are still learning, as my counterparts, my colleagues are still in the class. But what really fascinates me too much is these digital tools. You know, now, social media has really taken over virtually everything we do. Even fake news, even the, disinformations, misinformation, before you know it, proto is out there. So how to curtail it, how to go about it, how to manage it is essentially what we have come here to learn. And we're still learning it, and we cannot but hope for more of these trainings.
Actually, this program has given me a lot of knowledge, more especially on police acts and constitution itself. I've come to realize a lot of things that constitution it is on its own, and the police act is on its own. So the constitution was made, the police act was made out of constitution. So I've learned a lot of things, and the police act itself. We have accountability, transparency.
It's okay. It's practical. You don't see my number now. Just what's the name, sir?
The warrants of arrest and a lot of things that are involved in the Police Act 2020.
To be sincere, we have been in Abuja since the day before yesterday, where the training commenced yesterday. This training has been to educate the Nigerian police officers, especially the public relations officers, about the human rights, and to also expose us to ABUJA 2015, which has been part of the system now, which talk about torture and all those things, human rights violation that is going on within the system, so that we can inform others and teach them on the way to go about what the law says these days.
Thank you very much. This is one of the important training that all the police PRO will summon here in Abuja to undergo for the students. How to review the entire 2020 Police Act, and for the police officer who are the gateway to be appraised with this required knowledge, that they will be able to cascade it to other officers of their various commands. And we've discovered that there are so many areas in the Act that we are not able to touch, but these 2 days has given us the ample opportunity to review the entire parts of the Act. And with this knowledge that we have acquired these 2 days, I'm assuring you that we are going to cascade this down to our respective command.
It is expected that the 2 days workshop organized for police PROs on how to effectively implement the 2020 Police Act will yield positive results as Nigerians look forward to better policing that will reduce crime and criminality to the barest minimum. In Abuja, Abigail Oga, reporting for Police Radio and Online TV.